so excitement. It's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink.
Oh my God.
Was he off pause while you was slamming this shorty?
He had his shirt off and he was sitting with his pants on. He had his hands in his pants playing with his.
Wow. When y'all was together talking about you and Jane Doe, did it seem like she didn't want to be there at any particular time, or did it seem like she was enjoying herself?
It seemed like she was enjoying herself to me.
I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no more games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job.
So she states they go in there and she would transfer the substance from her body to, quote, usually on his chest, on his nipples.
CamRon posted a video in which Fiddy claimed to have seen Diddy and Daphne Joy, Fiddy's baby mama, scrubbing bodily fluids all over themselves. According to Us Weekly, Fiddy is now requesting exclusive custody of his and Daphne's son since, as Daphne recently acknowledged, she still works for Diddy, suggesting that Diddy is now supporting Fiddy's son. It turns out, however, that CamRon did more than just release this information. As part of a larger scheme to expose Daphne, he also had CamRon interview these male escorts before making the video public. Daphne went on freak-offs because she enjoyed it, not because she had to, according to Rico, one of the escorts who spoke with
time, and it didn't seem like she was uncomfortable or felt forced at all to me.
Right. Did she orgasm?
Yeah.
So it seemed like she wanted to be there.
As you know, CamRon chose to interview each of these escorts with the express purpose of damaging Daphne's reputation. If you were horrified by the male escort issue, you should wait to find out about Daphne's other activities. In addition to being a billionaire, his ex-boyfriend was convicted of a crime. The current conversation is on CamRon's release of this video of Daphne and Diddy, her troubled history of dating predators, and 50 Cent's scheme to use all of this to save his son and obtain sole custody.
He pulls his phone out as I'm dancing for, and I'm like, don't record me.
He really trying to make a movie for real.
CamRon has been asking all of Diddy's male escorts bizarre questions and interviews that CNN won't broadcast, in case you missed it. His final chat was with Rico, an escort who had freaked out over Diddy and 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne Joy. Diddy allegedly oversaw the freak-offs between Rico and Daphne directly. And things got so bad that baby oil was all over the place.
Yeah, we went in, and she was like, let me pick the 3 songs. She picked 3 songs she wanted to play.
Right. And
that's when I'm wondering why the towels. I was like, what's all the towels for? And she was like, you gonna see. So I start dancing, and she picks up the baby oil, and he's like instructing her what to do, and telling her to say certain stuff, and she kind of just following his lead. And as I'm dancing, I take my shirt off, and she starts to pour baby oil on me, and he's telling her put the baby oil down, just sit back, right. Kind of instructing her as I'm dancing.
Right.
Diddy tried to join the freak-off session in the middle of it all, but Rico told him he wasn't interested. According to Rico,
I walk in the room and there was towels laying on the couch and the floor, and I'm like, all right, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Right.
He's like, yeah, come on, sit in the back so I can tell you what's up.
Right.
And then we go to the little balcony or whatever, and he's just asking me about my career and how long I've been with the agency and what I do. Right. And we were in there for 20 minutes, and he was talking about he likes porn, and he's at a point in his career where he likes to curate and make his own porn. And then he started bragging. He was like, I got a girl in sexy, you gonna love her. And he pulls his phone out as I'm dancing for, and I'm like, don't record me.
He really trying to make a movie for real. You made it clear to him because, just for our audience, you're not gay. And you made it clear to him that you didn't want to be touched by him at all, to where you're also an MMA fighter, for what I'm understanding, and you showed him 2 of your fights to let him know, don't play with me. Is that correct?
Yeah. It wasn't not me showing him that exactly for that reason, but he was curious about what I did, so I showed him the videos. And then she asked me, she was like, are you cool with doing the threesome? And I was like, no, I'm not cool with that.
But what was most odd was that Rico said he didn't allow Diddy to touch him. However, Diddy asked Daphne to wipe the material off her body and then apply it to him after he was finished with her. However, court documents reveal that Diddy enjoyed being touched with the feces of male escorts, so this is more than just a rumor. In reality, this court transcript of Cassie's testimony shows that, as the New York Post reported, Diddy would instruct her to follow him to another room where she would rub the material over Diddy's chest. She stated, "Sometimes Sean and the escort would have intercourse with me. It was just like a lot happening at once." At what point, was the prosecutor's question. Are escorts going to be available? Usually it was okay for them, per Sean. But usually when they did it on me, and then Sean and I would go into the next room, and he would want me to put it on his body, explained Cassie. After her confrontation with Rico, Daphne Joy did just that. Rico tells us that Diddy wanted these sex workers to do things to him, but Diddy would go beyond since some of these men wouldn't approach Diddy directly. Daphne Rico never gave the impression that she was being coerced into doing either of these things. Rather, she made it clear that she was enjoying the experience.
When y'all was together talking about you and Jane Doe, did it seem like she didn't want to be there at any particular time, or did it seem like she was enjoying herself?
It seemed like she was enjoying herself to me. Like, we was joked out, laughing, chilling at the same time, and it didn't seem like she was uncomfortable or felt forced at all to me.
Right. Did she orgasm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seemed like she wanted to be there. She did what? Not to get too deep. Did she?
It seemed like she was having fun.
Is she a squirter? Okay.
2. Be mindful of the real circumstances if you thought CamRon was being messy just for the purpose of being messy. Diddy wants to have sole custody of his and Daphne's 12-year-old son, Sire, which is why he wanted Cam to question the escorts about Daphne in such an odd way. The two are now friendly. According to Fiddy's statement to the Daily Mail, he had to take all necessary legal action to protect his son, Sire, because of the disturbing accusations and the sworn pleadings that were recently filed in a court case involving Daphne Joy. You now know that Fiddy wasn't going to stop with these formal announcements, but he's been making trolling comments about Daphne on Instagram, especially during Father's Day. Looks like Father's Day. Hi Lil B, have a great Father's Day. I'll have full custody soon, Lil B, was the caption he wrote beside a series of artificial intelligence-generated photos of himself. How are you today, Lil B? Soon you'll be back on OnlyFans. Naturally, this isn't the first time Fibby has publicly criticized Daphne for working for Diddy. The feud began in March 2024 when Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Diddy, claiming that Daphne was getting paid by Diddy on a monthly basis for her freak-off work. Young Miami Jade and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee as Mr. Combs' sex workers, according to the lawsuit, and obtained Robin Greenhill, who provided information regarding the defendants' continued criminal activity, sent money by wire transfer. According to People magazine, Daphne quickly denied all of the accusations and even threatened to sue Lil Rod for defamation. It's all a joke to you until our safety is threatened, which is what's happening now. A second Instagram post that Daphne later deleted stated, "You are causing an absolute flurry and chaos. The falsehoods in Rodney Jones's lawsuit have caused me great pain," the first said. "It is an attack on my character and wholly false to say that I'm a prostitute. I'm employing a lawyer to investigate all of my legal options against Rodney and his attorney. Would you feel the same way if Syra were the one in handcuffs and their lives were in chaos?" This is a plot twist, but doesn't mean anything. Complex claims that Daphne eventually erased these posts and never sued Lord after being subpoenaed by federal investigators. Earlier this month, she gave a Jane Doe testimony. Daphne disclosed that Diddy still pays her rent, acknowledging that she was one of his freak-off workers. To make matters more bizarre, Daphne acknowledges in the court transcript of her testimony that Diddy is paying the attorney she is defending. Daphne stated in her 2023 testimony that she and Diddy had a love pact whereby Diddy would provide her a $10,000 monthly allowance for 2 years, as she presents evidence of his wrongdoing to her. Since Homeland Security conducted raids on Diddy's residences last year and a federal agent left a business card at her residence, it seems that Diddy hired an attorney on her behalf. When asked if Jane Doe, Daphne Joy, still has the same lawyer, Sean, she replied that she does. Just to remind you, Diddy still pays Daphne's rent and court costs, and she now has custody of 50 Cent's child, Sire. If Fiddy gets his way, however, he will shortly be given full custody of Sire. The custody issue was recently rekindled by Fiddy, who posted a picture of himself and Sire offering custody. After giving someone the side-eye, he captioned the photo, "WTF?" This occurred shortly after Daphne acknowledged that Diddy continues to pay her. Fiddy is requesting full custody of Sire for other reasons as well. Some contend that 50 Cent has to take his son away from Daphne immediately due to a more troubling part of Daphne's past that has now come to light. Distractify claims that Daphne has been the target of industry rumors and referred to as a gold digger for years. In addition to being connected to celebrities like Tyrese Gibson and Jason Derulo, Daphne was recently discovered to have briefly dated fashion mogul and convicted predator Peter Niggard, who is presently the BBC claims that between the late 1980s and 2005, Niggard sexually assaulted 4 women in Toronto, Canada. He received an 11-year prison sentence in September 2021 in response to a video of Jason Lee discussing how these wealthy predators bribe women in Hollywood to engage in naughty behavior. DJ Academics also recently reported on this. According to people close to Fiddy, he only recently learned of Daphne's relationship with Peter Niggard. This makes sense given that she never publicly revealed their relationship and there were no online images of the two of them together. Following our day, academics wondered why 50 Cent had ever become engaged to Daphne.
If you guys don't know, Peter Niggard is a fashion designer who essentially was convicted for having a African ring. What he would do, he would get these young aspiring models. He had a lot of wealth, a lot of access, and also he was a gatekeeper to modeling for these young women. He would get them sometimes, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, underage. He would bring them to other countries and essentially, okay, he would have private jets. It's kind of very similar to Jeffrey Epstein in a way. And apparently they're saying that Daphne Joy, who's 50 Cent baby mama, is linked to him, which, by the way, this would be before 50 dated her. I'm actually surprised why 50 would even date Daphne if she was linked to them.
Interview 11/27/12/14. Now that he seems to have learned about Daphne and Niggard only a few months ago. After Niggard's conviction, 50 is resolved to remove his son from Daphne and secure sole custody. It's because of this relationship and everything Daphne did wrong with Diddy and his escorts. Even if 50 was unaware of Daphne and Peter Niggard, he was aware that she had dated several rappers before, so it doesn't look good that he was so careless as to get her pregnant, according to